Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to another video. My name is Nathanael Morton and I am a vertical jump coach, and I have helped thousands upon thousands of athletes increase their vertical jump higher and dunk a basketball, and I will help you watching this video do the same exact thing if you simply comment jump, J-U-M-P, down below in the comment section. I will send you a free bodyweight vertical jump training program, and if you tag 3 people on any one of my Instagram posts at Nathanael Morton with 2 N's because somebody stole the actual Nathanael Morton, look for this dude. Tell him, look, we're coming for you because I know the real Nathanael. What am I saying, bro? Anyways, tag 3 people and I will give you a free weight training, vertical jump training program. Who else does that? Huh? Tell me. I'll wait because nobody else is giving you a free body weight program and a free weight training program. That makes me the GOAT. Okay, I'm not really the GOAT because there's a lot of people who know more than me. I'm like the baby GOAT, but I'm turning into daddy goat. All right, let's start this video. So far in this series, I have reviewed Vert Shock, Vert Code Bodyweight, Vert Code Elite, Fat Don't Fly, Isaiah Rivera's coaching, Bounce Kit by Jordan Kilgannon, Flight System by Overtime Athletes, Flight School by The Lost Breed, Knees Over Toes Guys, Vertical Jump Training Program. Can't nobody mess with me. I'm telling you, I am the vertical jump review goat, baby goat, Billy Goat. In today's video, I'm going to be reviewing Boing Vert, which I've never heard of before, but a lot of people have been requesting this, and it finally won the votes. If you have a program that you want me to review, keep voting for it in my community post, and I will eventually get to it. But today is Boing Vert, so let's get into it. Boing Vert. Boing Vert is different. We've helped more people achieve the dunking dreams than any other program available. Somehow, I feel like that's not facts. Boing Vert, full program, only $7. Listen, if this is a good program and it's only $7, I don't want to hear anybody talking about how they can't afford it because it's only $7. You better go shovel some snow. You better go rake some leaves. You better go cut some grass because $7, you better go rob some. No, don't do that. But $7, we can afford that. But the second statement on this page, you already know I have problems with this. Gain up to 15 inches in 12 weeks. Come on, bro. What? You're not doing that. Nobody watching this video is getting 15 inches in 12 weeks. No one. No one. Okay, maybe like 3 of you. 3 people out there might be in the right place at the right time in their training career. Maybe you'll gain 15 inches in 12 weeks. But I would bet, what would I bet? I would bet my girlfriend's, actually that's too important. I would bet my own life that not many people are gonna gain 15 inches in 12 weeks. We will help you max out your vert. We don't care how tall you are. We don't care how old you are. If you're 70, if you are 70 years old, you'll still gain 15 inches. You'll go from a 4-inch vertical jump. All right, come on, let's get through this. We don't care if everybody doubts you. Haters gonna hate. We got your back. We don't care what body type, if you're an endomorph, you got big old bones, we don't care. We don't care. We don't care if you're a 1-leg or a 2-leg jumper. We don't care if you, oh my goodness, they're throwing shade at Vert Shock. We don't care if you tried other programs that said they'd shock your system and it failed. All right, we're gonna be friends. Me and Boing Vert, we're cool. Oh, but then they wanna put the little asterisk down at the bottom. Results may vary, okay? So if you're 70, and you don't get 15 inches, results may vary, bro. Like, you may just be past your prime. Oh, we got another part down here, comparing the competition. Boing Vert. It's only $7, 10.3 inches per user, 10 plus years of research, one-time fee, and it'll get you up to 10 to 15. I thought you said 15. Now you want to say 10 to 15. All right. But they're saying they're better than Bounce Kit, better than Jump Manual, and better than Vert Shock. Well, guess what? I'll be the judge of that. Huh. Interesting. No equipment needed. You're telling me that you're going to help my 70-year-old grandfather gain 15 inches on his 4-inch vertical with no equipment. Let's see. Alrighty, we are in. Let's see what we got. We got the science ebook. Okay, so there's actually a lot of information in here that you can read about how to increase your vertical jump. That's definitely a bonus. We have the Boing desk. Everything is Boing, but it gives you a lower leg workout to do every single day for ankle strength. And it's actually really good. There's some ankle strengthening, ankle mobility, some calf strengthening, some myofascial release. Okay, this is really good. We got the Boing diet. the Boing diet, ladies and gentlemen. Not just a diet, not nutrition, the Boing diet. Wow, we got ebook, recipes, food list. If this is for real, all right guys, I'm just gonna be honest as I go through the Boing diet, chapter 3, understanding macronutrient ratios. I literally, as I was doing this video, looked at my girlfriend and I said, this program's gonna suck. Well, I am eating my words. And listen, I haven't gone through the jump program right now, but what I can say is you get a lot of bang for your buck. $7, I would literally pay $7 just to read this nutrition manual, but I really love to learn. But it has a lot in it. It has pretty much everything you need to know about nutrition. Week 1, day 1. We got a warm-up / movement preparation. We got hip mobility / glute activation. We got jump specifics. And we got a cool down with static stretching or foam rolling. We got some eccentric work. We got some unilateral work. Let's see what these exercise demonstrations look like.
Width apart, toes pointed forward. Shoulders slightly over your toes with shoulder blades pinched together to maintain flat back.
You're not gonna show us how to do it. You're just gonna talk over a picture. Come on, dog. All right, in this one, you're at least showing us how to do the exercise. Day 2 is core. We got some planks, some Supermans, some cobras. Day 3, let's see what we got. We got a warm up. We got some glute activation. So we got pistol squats, week 1, day 3. Not a lot of beginners. Look, it's the 3rd day of the program. Not many people could do pistol squats, but I do see in this video that he's not going down all the way. So pistol squats as far as you can go down, essentially. We got some balance work, some more eccentrics, that's good. We got some body weight good mornings and some wall sits. So the pistol squats are okay because he doesn't want you to go all the way down yet, just go down as far as you can. That is going to build unilateral single leg strength. You got some wall sits. You are building the base, you're building the foundation here, but I'm telling you, you're not gaining 15 inches. Day 4 is another core day. Day 5 is similar to day 1 and 3, but there's some different exercises. We got some walking lunges. We got some glute ham raises. So like I said, you're building the base, you're building the foundation. This is okay, this is pretty good. This is good for a first week of the program, okay? You don't want to jump into it too hard. And day 6 is core, so days 1, 3, and 5, you're working out. It's a leg workout. And days 2, 4, and 6 is a core workout. Day 7 is another workout day. So listen, guys, this is good. There's a lot of eccentrics. There's some unilateral stuff. They're making sure that you build the base, build the foundation. There's eccentric work. There's isometric work. They're killing the game, but give me some plyometrics. At least let me jump some rope. Okay, some ankle bounces, some ski jumps. Let me do something, some shock jumps. All right, guys, so the entire phase 1 is a lot of eccentric work. It's a lot of force absorption. It's building the foundation, building the base. It's going to get you stronger and get you ready to jump, which I hope we do in the next phase because we did 0, this much jumping in the first phase. Not any shock jumps, not any shock pause jumps, not any box jumps, not any ski jumps. Can't even jump rope. You can't even skip to school. But phase 2 is jump mastery. So I'm guessing now we're getting into the plyometrics. All right, so phase 2, we got our warm up, we got hip mobility, we got glute activation, and then the very first exercise is an active jump. And I like this because you're really working on that stretch shortening cycle. You're working on the counter movement. You are actively pulling yourself down to the ground and then exploding up into the air, teaching your body to absorb that force and then explode as fast as possible. So I like this. And it's in week 4. So guys, I've been making a lot of jokes, but I do agree with that. You need to get strong. You need to teach your body eccentric loading. You need to teach it how to absorb force before you get into your jumping. But if you want to jump rope, if you want to do some shock jumps or some ski jumps or some box jumps, you could do that. You're not going to hurt yourself by doing that in the first 3 weeks of this program, but follow the program if you're going to get this program. We got some sprints. Yes. We got some 1-step jumps, 5 sets of 5 reps. So guys, for phase 2, week 1, days 1, 2, 3, and 4 are all the same. So you got your warm up, then you got your hip mobility, then you got your active jump, then you got your passive jump, then you got your sprints, then you got your horizontal jump. So 4 days in a row of all the same stuff, but it's jump mastery. So he probably wants you to start getting the mechanics down, and you got your 1-leg jumps. Get the mechanics down in this phase. So phase 2, week 2 is the same exact thing as phase 2, week 1. We have those same 4 workouts with the active jump and the passive jump and the 1-step jump and the sprints. We have those all over again for 4 days. And one thing that I will say is that he says sprint 20 yards at 80 to 90% max effort. I don't agree with that. I think you should sprint at 100% max effort. If you want to increase your vertical, sprint as fast as you can. Do a proper warm-up, do some sub-maximal sprints first, do 25% to warm up, then do 50%, then do 75%, then do your sprints at 100% max effort. And I don't agree with sprinting 20 yards either. If that's all you have, then sprint 20 yards, but I think you should sprint at 40 yards. A 40-yard distance so that you can work on your top end speed. You're never gonna hit your top end speed in basketball because the court is too short, but if your focus is vertical jump and rate of force development and reactive speed, reactive strength, you wanna sprint as fast as you can for 40 yards, not 20 yards. That's not enough. Phase 3 is force absorption, which I'm kind of confused at this point. I thought we already did force absorption. At some point, we need to work on rate of force development, okay? Or else we're gonna end up like the fat dude who can squat a lot but can't jump high. Okay, so at this point, we got some altitude drops, which I just call shock jumps, which we could have been doing in phase 1. Okay, use a 6-inch box. You could teach kids to do that. Don't let your knees cave in or out. Land on the balls of your feet. Don't let your heels touch the ground. Do it off a 2-inch box, then a 4-inch box, then a 6-inch box, and then go up from there. We could have did this in week. We could have been done with this, and now we could be working on rate of force development. But let's follow this guy. Seems like he knows what he's doing. He got a full thing of Boing nutrition. We got a posterior chain wall sit. What? That's it? That's it for today. Then we got a cool down, bro. 15 inches. I'd bet my girlfriend's life. Guys, this is like a beginner program that you do before you get into any other program. I'm gonna be honest. This is like a beginner program that you do before you get into another bodyweight program so that you don't get hurt. I would let my 8-year-old son do this. I don't even have an 8-year-old son. Ladies and gentlemen, we have made it to phase 4, rate of force development. We've been waiting our whole Boing lives for this. Guys, one thing that I do want to say is that if you have bad knees, you have jumper's knee or you have patellar tendonitis, this is a good program to get because it is so slow. It works you in so slowly. It overloads so slowly that you're going to be able to fix your knees and increase your vertical at the same time with this program. So if you have patellar tendonitis, if you have jumper's knee, this might be the program for you. But all right, let's see what we got in phase 4, rate of force development, Boing accelerator. We got some max jumps. We got some double leg bounds. We got some standing triple jumps. Now we're getting into the rate of force development. We got a max jump and you're supposed to stick the landing in a lunge position. Then we got some body weight good mornings and that is it. Then we got our cool down. So guys, honestly, the rest of phase 4 is just kind of similar to that. You have core on your off days. We have phase 5 and phase 6 left, so let's see what we got. Phase 5 is our reactive emphasis. So in week 1, week 2, and week 3 of phase 5, there's only 2 days. So I guess you're only doing 2 days of training per week. Okay. Now I like it. We got some reactive jumping, we got some depth jumps, we got some maximum sprints, we got some single leg depth jumps, and now, because we went through all of the other phases and we took our time, now we are ready for this reactive phase. Love it. And the second day this week is very similar. We just have a lot of depth jumps, and guys, you can't go out and do depth jumps every day. That's why this phase this week is only 2 days a week. On the other days, you could do core, you could do mobility, you could do stretching, foam rolling, you could do upper body, but depth jumps, reactive, it's very tough on your central nervous system. So you cannot do depth jumps more than once or twice a week. Week 2 and week 3 are the same thing. So let's jump into phase 6. Jump mastery. All right, guys, so the 6th phase, the final phase, is essentially the same exact thing as phase 2. And the reason that he probably did this is because in phase 5, we did a lot of reactive speed and strength. We did some depth jumps, things that are really going to tax your nervous system. So now we are letting it rest a little bit, but we are still working on our jump mechanics so that we can recover. And at the end of the program, we will be jumping through the roof. Not 15 inches, but I might as well go ahead and tell you right now the conclusions that I've come to and what I think about this program and where it stacks up compared to all of the other bodyweight programs that I have reviewed. This program is 100% better than Vert Shock, 100% better than Nick Brizz's program. I do think it is better than the Lost Breeds Flight School only because the ordering of the exercises and the workouts and the phases are better. They go from a beginner with force absorption, eccentric loading, jump mechanics, and go in slowly into the rate of force development and the reactive reactive speed, reactive strength. The Lost Breed just had you do hurdle jumps week 1, day 1. That's the one thing that I hated about the Lost Breeds program, is that the ordering was not good. You're just gonna go in there and you're gonna get shin splints and knee pain. Other than that, I actually think the Lost Breed will get you more inches than this program. They have better exercises to take your vertical jump higher. They're just not in a good order. And then we have PGF Performance is the last one, and I do not think that this program is better than PGF Performance, but this program is very good, number one, if you have any knee pain. This is good to ease into it, and it takes you very slowly from the bottom to the top. This is good if you're younger. Like if I had a 13-year-old son or lower, I would put him in this program. Anything else, I would put him in PGF Performance. So those are my conclusions. That is what I think about Boing Vert and the Boing diet in this Boing video. That's what I think. I think it is really good. I think it goes very slowly. I think it's just more for beginners. And for $7, the amount of information that you get, you can't beat that. So 100% worth $7, 100% worth going into, but I would do this program and then I would get into another body weight program or another weight training program to really take your vertical to the next level. But I will see you guys in the next video.
Young visionary